Welcome back to another class of Module 3, and this class is special because I'm going to expose in a descriptive way a secret that I observed since 2017, starting to develop the Astro Finance Method. In this chapter, we introduce the masculine and feminine energies. And it's so important that you are playing with this in your mind to feel the masculinity and the femininity energy of those planets, like they were be human with characters. When I'm speaking about Astro Tantric yogas, we are actually doing sex between the planets, and we are learning what sort of result they are creating when they are interacting, planets are interacting with each other, whether it's happening in the mundane astrology, that we are looking on what is happening on the horoscope of the day to know or to guess what may happen in the market generally wise, and also on your own natal chart, where you can learn your financial cycle, where it's time for you to probably lose money or to spend money, and when is good to take risk and probably to earn money. It's also about predicting when a specific natal chart of an index, Bitcoin, or wherever thing we are measuring, probably to go higher or down. It's a very basic one, and this is the moment that I can, with the knowledge that I've shared so far, I can add this, and you will be responsible to start researching this on yourself, on things, and on the market, whatever day you are putting, even just to see what happened in the market that day. So we understood that the masculine energies are bullish supporters. But we also know that masculine planets are also ruling of feminine planets like Jupiter. Jupiter can act like the guru representing Sagittarius, and also can be the DJ of Pisces, that is also could be a drug dealer, or the guru that is managing a sect that convincing from sexual trafficking, right? So it's very important that we know how to use this masculine energy. But generally, when two masculine energies are interacting between them and doing important aspect, and for now, I don't care which aspect, if it's a challenge aspect or supportive aspect. In other words, doesn't matter the aspect, whether it's conjunction or square or opposition or trine or sextile. When we are going to see two feminine energy, okay, I didn't finish the sentence. When we are seeing two masculine energy interacting, it doesn't matter what aspect, it's still speaking about bullishness. Things are exciting, going higher. Yeah? Homosexuality is hype, going higher. When we are seeing two feminine energy interact, become foggy and going down. And I'm still not speaking what aspect. It could be whatever aspect. For example, we are seeing Venus squaring Neptune. We can expect to bearishness, negativity. If Venus is squaring Neptune of Bitcoin, we may expect negativity influence. If we are in a day, like by chance, as I'm recording this video, September 23rd, 2022, Venus opposing Neptune, this is involved in fear, uncertainty, and drops in the markets. General scenario. Of course, with Neptune, we could also add the interpretation. It's sleepy energy. Things are losing their value because Neptune is related to losses. Pisces is losses, and Venus is the value. So we can see opposing the loss, of trust as well. When we are seeing Venus squaring the moon of a natal chart, even that it could be measured by a day, it's a very quick transit because both the moon and the Venus are moving. It's punctually on the day is negative, but it's Venus. If Venus is squaring right now in a transit, the moon of a chart, it's also quick, but is also negative. But if Neptune, this is a slow one, Neptune is squaring Pluto. Pluto is feminine, the ruler of Scorpio, and Venus and Neptune is of course feminine. And this is a transit of a year and something because they will be on and off. So we are looking first of all, what's the tiniest orb when they are actually on the same degree? For example, 18 degrees and 5 seconds, where they are meeting exactly. And we will take some frame around this to understand where is the event. Even that, some big planets, like Neptune squaring Pluto in the natal chart, even in the mundane, can tell us a big story about secrets reveal, about corruption reveal, right? Because this is the key words of those planets. When we are seeing straight sex relationship, for example, Venus conjunct Mars, what will happen? This is not a good example because it's a quick transit, Venus on Mars, but usually it's any explosion, any surprise, any news that is creating excitement. Usually, sometimes I also saw some transit, depends when Mars is located, if it's weak, if it's exalted, if it's determined, if it's exalted, to create something that create even peace in any agreement, any sort of agreement. Yeah, because when Venus is coming on Mars in a natal chart is like the aggressive man find woman and maybe relax, coming to agreement. But when Venus will square Saturn is also feminine energy, remember? Even that is behaving also as masculine, because it's also the ruler of Aquarius. But Venus squaring Saturn creates depression, creates hardship. We will see this is not helping for growth, and even if depends on the next transit that is coming, we will understand if this frustration will work forward, going higher or down, but also again feminine. Let's take a masculine energy involvement of a straight relationship, feminine and masculine. When we are taking Saturn conjunct Jupiter the masculine, even that can behave like a drug dealer, a manipulator, as a sneaky, it's also ruling of Pisces. Jupiter is masculine, no way. Also Neptune is the god of the sea, is masculine, but is dealing with things that related to feminine energy of escapism, but also Sagittarius. So Jupiter is a masculine entirely. um, with some feminine characters. Saturn is feminine with masculine character because it's like government and is like Siri that is actually a masculine energy because it's Aquarius that is speaking with you in a female voice but actually is part of big technology agenda. So Saturn conjunct Jupiter. This would be considered locally as a big conjunction on the chart because Saturn will meet Jupiter on the natal chart once in 30 years since the first time. Depends when we start measuring it. And when it's happening, Jupiter conjunct Jupiter, as it's happening every 14 years, if I'm not mistaken. It happened lastly in 2020. This is a big governmental strategy to take power, and we know what happened with the COVID when they met in 2020, and it was around December. It actually was supporting and a lot of companies starting to come to Bitcoin, right? Suddenly PayPal and other companies started permitting using crypto on their platforms. So it's like an engagement of government to take new rules. And the straight conjunction, Astro Yoga, feminine, masculine, are usually giving balance. They are not specifically giving the hype. Only two masculine or the interaction of the masculine are what creating power up. This is a general description. Okay? Before we even looking on the aspects, of course, that if we want to be more precise and we are seeing two feminine and doing square or opposition or semi-square, 45 degrees, it's going to be extreme down because it is even a fight between two feminine energies. When they are doing a supporting relationship, it could be something manageable but still bearish. Okay, this is a big thing. And this class is going to lead you to a method how you are going to check the days that you don't want to take risk or that you may expect to spend more money or to lose if you are trading all those time. So whatever you feel strategy or confident to take any risk, even in going to casino or whatever thing you are doing, be prepared with those aspects that are happening on the day on your own natal chart. And I will show two ways, the visual way and a more faster way to create a calendar where you are going to put on the calendar red, and you could also put green or neutral days when the aspect is moderate. I'm going to show you how I was doing it. I was offering this service until 2020. Then I stopped because it took me a lot of time to create each calendar. And you need really to sink into the psychology and the dynamic of the chart because there are always many layers to add when we are looking on such a thing. However, overall, this secret is working and I'm checking it still. Even by the visual way, how to start knowing the degrees of your planets. It's not enough that you know now that your Venus is in Leo. You need to know in Leo in what degrees. Learn the degrees. And then when you are looking on the chart, you are seeing in what degrees exactly the planet right now is passing and when it's going to interact with your own planet. The same, we could assume on chart of different things without even knowing prices, or rather just to know where is going to be supportive energy, or to expect for a crash or a correction or a hype up. Okay, sometimes we are going to see on the same time 3 different orgies happening in sky. Something between 2 feminine, someone feminine masculine, and then 2 masculine. So we also will need to calculate to this by it's artistic. You will all we are that's what I'm doing always. This was so hard to decide, even teaching it, to feel which planet is stronger, what actually is impacting, where the planets are located between each other, and how those 3 orgies in sky can be resulted. We can also look on different periods to check this as a research process. Okay? So in street words, we can describe that lesbic relationship between planets and signs, creating fog and bearishness. Homosexual relationship in sky, creating bullishness. And straight relationship in sky, creating neutral to support, depends what the next aspect to come. If the next aspect to come from the straight relationship is homosexual one, it probably will go higher. And if it's a lesbian one, it's going probably to be hard or down. Okay? So I'll see you in the next last chapter for this module, where we are going to see how to build personal calendar and how to interact with what I just explained right now, visually and on Murphy's tables. Okay, I'll see you in the next class. Bye for now.